Good morning, everyone. I'm going to read for you today your love reading for the spring. So we're looking at the rest of March into April, maybe the beginning of May. So looking at probably about the next 10 weeks ahead. So what is going on in your romantic life? Now I'm going to read from 3 packs of cards. So the first pack is the Solioni, so the Italian Sun and Line Tarot. Then I've got the Rider-Waite, and then a few from the playing cards to sum up at the end. Right, now I'm going to split the pack into the 3 decans. Now, if you're not sure what decan you're in for the sign, I've put the descriptions below the video. So just have a look. When your birthday falls, it will tell you where you are, 1, 2 or 3. So this is Decan 1, Decan 2, Decan 3. Okay then, and if you like my reading, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. This reading is for the sign of Taurus. So it's Decan 1, and we're looking at about the next 10 weeks ahead, so over the spring. So any 3 cards from the Solioni, and any 3 from the Rider-Waite, okay, and then 2 to sum things up from the small playing cards at the bottom. Right, now jumping out at me right at the beginning, Taurus, is that you've got 2 out of 3 of the cards are major. So we've got the Magician in the top row, and we've got the Justice card in the top row as well. So they, quite well, major cards with a lasting effect on it. And there's also a Chariot in the second row as well. So we've got 3 of these cards that are major, with a major impact in your life. What I think we've got here, Taurus, is it starts off with this one, this King of Wands. And I think this is a person who is maybe the object of your desires. And the reason why I'm thinking this is because the card that comes next to it, which is the Magician, is telling you that you're lucky with something. So whatever situation that it applies to, it looks as though, you get good luck with it. Things go your way. So what we imagine with the Magician card is he is the one who can pull the wool over everyone's eyes. So you start to get the impression when you see this card that it is a situation that you're probably very likely to hold the upper hand in it, really. And then we've got this one, the Justice card. So I think what you're doing with this card is you're getting everything in balance. So where it's been out of balance, you've got this lucky Magician what's going to help you, or it's going to enable you to put that situation exactly where you want it. Now we've got a Knight of Wands in this next row. Now the Knight of Wands, okay, the King of Wands, so, 1 up. Right, I think maybe what we're getting about this person is something to do with journeys, travelling. They possibly could drive. Their job is driving for a living, or they go away to work maybe to a different place. But there seems to be something coming out about travelling in this reading as well. And this person is a busy person, so with loads of action, and maybe it's been quite hard for you to pin this person down, because the Magician is giving you the good luck and the good omen that you're going to be able to catch them, kind of thing. But it looks as though, the life is full on, because all these Wands cards, it's the cards of action. Then we come to the 3 of Wands. So again, another Wands suit, but the 3 talks about it doesn't really go the way you expect things to go, but it's still good and you still like it. So the picture what you've got in your mind's eye, it doesn't really work out like that, but it's still nice. And then you've got this card, the Chariot. Now the Chariot is a moving forward card. So it definitely looks to me as though you're lucky, you snag this person, you can catch them, and it looks as though you get some nice, some niceness from it, and it looks as though this relationship moves on a bit. When we get to this bit at the bottom there, we've got the Queen of Clubs, and we've got the Eight of Spades. Now the Eight of Spades, so this one, it gives you an obstacle or a crossroads what you come to. And I think this one is actually signifying yourself that you're going to reach a point with this. So what the summary is for your reading then, Taurus, is I feel as though there is someone there who either you've just got involved with or you're trying to get involved with. And maybe they're quite busy, it's hard to pin them down, or maybe they're away sometimes as well, because there's this driving or these travelling or journeys seem to be coming out, lots of action. But it looks as though you're going to be lucky in this. You're going to get it all in balance the way you would like it. And it does start leading somewhere. Later on down the line, it looks as though you could be coming to some kind of obstacle with it. So later on down the line, maybe this travelling or, this distance is going to be an obstacle for you at a later date. Okay. This reading is for Taurus, for Decan 2. So I'm just going to bring out any 3 cards. Okay. Any 3 from the next pack, the Rider-Waite. Okay, and 3 from the bottom. No, 2 from the bottom. So the 2 from the bottom I use as a summary to sum up overall. All right then. So Taurus, Decan 2, right? Starts off well. Let's just before we go there, let's just see how many major cards have come out in this reading. So we've got the Sun, and we've got the Fool, and we've also got the High Priestess. So out of them few cards there, half of them are major cards. Right, so let's see, where this is going, because these major cards are telling you that it's going to be, a little bit more important than the usual, because, the major cards have a more lasting effect on your life. King of Pentacles, now that very much does represent a Taurian. So I would say that you're in control of the situation. So however this reading goes, when you yourself appear in the reading, it gives you a sort of the upper hand in it. So if you're not in a reading, it's happening and you can't do nothing about it. So it's nice to see yourself coming out there where you've got some control in a sense. Next to the Sun, now the Sun does brighten any reading up. So if you've got a good spread coming out and the Sun is there, straight away, it's shining on everything and making it 10 times better. Now, when you've got, more negative cards, shall we say, the Sun takes the edge off it. Or it's maybe at a stage where you're not ready to face up to it. So these things don't matter for now because it's good. And that's kind of like the mentality with the Sun card. Now it's next to this one, this King of Swords. And what I feel as though you're getting, so it's telling you that there is someone around your life. And it's nice as well, you're feeling good about things. But this card is someone who is very controlling. So you must watch, there is always a bit of a warning comes with the King of Swords, because when you see that card come out, this person has got a hidden side to them, and you could find them quite a controlling person and quite jealous. Now, it's going to be some time before you will actually face up to this, or you know it's there, you've seen this side of it, or you will see this side of that person, but you choose to not take it on, really, to cover it up and forget it because the sun is there. As I'm coming into the next roaster, where's it going to lead? Then we've got this one, Five of Wands. So it's sort of saying that there is a few, problems there, but you're not seeing them as problems. It's just pettiness. So maybe you're not taking it on as big as maybe what you should do. So, recognise the signs. Nice card, the Fool. It's telling me that you feel, very much young and a spring in your step, and, you've got a swing about things. You're enjoying your life when you see the Fool come out. And it's a new thing for you as well. But there is a warning with this card. And the warning is always with the Fool is don't be naive. So it does speak about being gullible in a sense. And what's the consequences when when we're gullible about something? Think about the things what can happen. Well, usually it leaves you wide open for people or anyone to take advantage. So I think that is what you're getting there. Um, you know, this person could be very controlling, and if you don't kind of face up to it, it's not long before your life is being ruled by someone. Anyway, then we've got a High Priestess, so a good card, and it's kind of like maybe the High Priestess is on top of their game, so they know exactly what they're doing and exactly where they're going. And there's always secrets to be revealed with this card. So I think what you're getting there with this reading, Taurus, that you do need to be careful. There is another side to this person, what maybe you've not seen yet, or you have seen, but you're choosing not to take it on. And I do think that if you don't put your foot down, it could only be a matter of time before someone is in control of you. And then I think that that would actually end up going more and more and more. Because if the High Priestess is linking to this person, there is the secrets to come out. So there's a lot more to this person than meets the eye. And, you will get to know this, find this out more as time's going on. Now, at the end, there we've got this clubs, Ace of Clubs coming out. And any of the aces, they do talk about new cycles. And with the 10, that is a really nice, it's a nice omen, a really nice card to see if you're looking for money, that card as well. Because, it is linked with the finances. But what I think you're getting here is you're getting a new beginning and a good omen that things are going to be nice. But what you must do, Taurus, is don't ignore the hidden warnings. Sort them things out early on. Okay, this reading is for Taurus for Decan 3. So I'm going to pick any 3 cards out from the top pile. Right, quite dramatic cards come out there. Okay, 3 from the Rider-Waite for the middle row. So let's see where all this is leading to. And then we've got a 2 at the bottom to do a summary. Right, okay. Bit of a tricky spread what has come out there. And you might be able to see that yourself by looking at the pictures, that they're quite dramatic, the pictures on these cards. The only major card what you've picked out is this one, the Empress. And the Empress is around the mother. And I feel as though that's what it is. And she can be around the mother, but I feel as though that's what this reading is about. And I'm saying that because we've got this Queen of Hearts at the bottom. And in the small play, in the small pack, small playing cards, this is also around the mother as well. So it seems to be something linked with motherhood going on. And I've got this one as well, tension around children. Right, let's start from the beginning. Now, it strikes me very easily, this spread, what I can see here. Page's Swords, it's talking about maybe arguments or crosswords or misunderstandings. So it's communication, but the communication isn't good communication. Now, it can be that you're talking and sorting problems out, but it's not really, the conversation isn't really going, the way you wanted it to. So that's the Page of Swords. And then we get the Nine of Swords next to it. Now, the Nine of Swords is problems, headaches, worries, anxieties. So it's not the nicest card to see. And so we've got these two together. So we've got bad words or arguments and, it just causing a headache and worries. But this card comes along, the Nine of Cups. Now, I'm going to read this one in the nature of this spread is I'm going to say, but it will all be okay. Now, this card, if it's in a reading what's very positive, this card becomes a wish card. I wouldn't say the cards in this reading were very positive, really. So what I'm thinking is this one is saying to you, but it'll all be okay. Just stop arguing, stop worrying about it. It will all be okay. Now, what's the nature of what we're arguing about? It's something to do with motherhood, and this one, tension around children. I feel as though some of you could be arguing about maybe children, stepchildren, or maybe other Taurians. You would like to start a family, maybe, and the other person is not ready, but there's a problem with it. And this one here is the card of feeling let down and feeling disappointed. So let's sum this situation up then. Well, all I can say really, Taurus, is that the end result of this one is the mother again. And this card is the small card equivalent of this one in the tarot. So again, it talks about grief and headaches and worried about something. And I think that's what you're getting, to be honest, over the spring. So if you're involved in a relationship and you would like children, and maybe the other person isn't going along with this, it looks as though you've got this scenario for the next weeks ahead. It could be that some of you are in a relationship and you're arguing about stepchildren or your own children, but it's something to do with the mother and children. And, there's not a great situation going on, but it'll all be okay.